Hi, what's up, y'all? It's poppin'. It's D. About to react to this vid by Misty. It's titled Toronto Police Leak Evidence of How Drake Faked the Shooting. I knew it. I knew it, okay? And I even said in that video I reacted to about the shooting where they were saying that, oh, you know, EXO might be behind it. Maybe The Weeknd and his people are behind the shooting. I said in that video, if you go back and look, I was like, I don't know. I have a theory, you know. But they were leaning on it being, you know, The Weeknd and his people, and they connected it to another shooting, you know, that happened in LA not too long ago. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a possibility. But this definitely crossed my mind that Drake might have staged this for sympathy points because he was getting cooked, you know? But I was like, maybe. I'm like, because the timing of this was very suspicious. But I'm like, maybe it's possible that this is legit. I mean, they said that his security guard got shot, right? Let's get the tea.
CBC News has learned more about the security firm operating here outside the house. Have a look at that vehicle. Jungle Lion Security presents itself as Canada's #1 provider of security services. But no one answered our repeated calls, and the firm doesn't appear to have a website. We obtained Ontario Transportation Ministry records showing the license plate on the company's vehicle is registered to Aubrey D. Graham, better known as Drake. And the only person listed in the security firm's public profile is the man seen next to Drake in this video, his reported head of security, known to fans as Chubbs.
Drake literally hiring security guards to fake a shooting is next level wicked. Toronto police have launched an investigation into the shooting that happened outside of Drake's house and have uncovered that it was Drake all along. Not only that, the mole has come forward via Twitter with extensive evidence proving that Drake did not hire him, and he is telling Drake he has 24 hours to respond with a lawyer or else. Everybody hates Drake.
Y'all, about the police evidence implicating Drake for orchestrating the shooting at his own house to get out of this beef that he had going on with Kendrick Lamar. Drake has been having to go at it with half the industry that hates him. But this beef with Kendrick Lamar has to be one of the nastiest things that we've seen in rap for a hot minute. However, things got out of hand last week when we found out that Drake's house got shot up by some unknown assailants, and fans immediately pointed fingers at Kendrick for ordering this hit. But from new evidence that just got leaked by Toronto's own police, it appears that Drake might have allegedly been behind his own shooting. Allegedly, Drake might have been the brain behind the shooting as a way to bow out of the beef between Kendrick. You know, the same beef that the streets have been accusing him of big losing. Yeah, Drake done took a L and he never bounced back. Yeah, there's a whole lot of insanity going on around here, and y'all better get in on this because we're about to do some expose bruise tea. Because these details that came from the Toronto police are crazy.
Police confirming a shooting occurred outside the home of Canadian rapper Drake in Toronto. This happening overnight in the wake of an escalating beef between Drake and hip-hop star Kendrick Lamar. This is the scene outside of Drake's home in the city's Bridle Path neighborhood, courtesy of our CTV News chopper. Police say a man...
And I even said in the video, I was like, where's the guy who got shot? Let me see. Let me see.
Sustained serious injuries after a shooting outside that home and was taken to hospital. Police also say a suspect fled in a vehicle, but no description has been released. So far, there's no word on whether Drake was at home at the time of the shooting, but we understand from police that he has offered to fully cooperate with them.
Y'all, this beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar is fast becoming one of the wildest and craziest things that we've ever seen, and it is earning its place among the ranks of the craziest, wildest rap beefs of all time. But as messy as the drama is, nobody could have ever predicted the crazy plot twist that went down over the weekend, because there are new allegations that Drake allegedly put out a hit on himself to make it look like either Kendrick or The Weeknd put a hit out on him. Trying to get sympathy? Y'all, what is going on in the world? Drake's got himself tangled up in some serious drama with half the industry, and it's spiraling out of control by the minute. At first, it was just him, Metro Boomin, Kendrick, and Future exchanging shots. But then Kanye West decided to jump in, Rick Ross decided to jump in, and allegedly, The Weeknd has been on this beef. And just when we thought that things couldn't get any wilder, Kendrick Lamar went all the way in, dropping diss track after diss track that shook the whole hip-hop scene. But the showdown between Drake and The Weeknd takes the cake for sheer craziness. I mean, Kendrick went hard on Drake, but no doubt, the first word on the streets is that Weeknd went a step further and allegedly put a hit out on Drake. Yeah, I mean, I get it. The Weeknd seems very low-key and blinded by the light and definitely reserved. But you know what they say about those quiet ones. They're the ones you gotta watch out for. Now, you might be wondering why people think that The Weeknd would go after Drake like that. Well, apparently it stems from Drake supposedly
Give us more tea about
a few weeks ago.
Toronto.
But as for Drake, why would he do such a thing? Well, it all goes back to their beef that runs deep. It's not just a personal feud between them. It spills over to their labels too. OVO and EXO are at each other. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes the drama spills out of the music and into the real world. The police released a statement that said the victim, male, black, 37 years old, was inside a guard shack when he heard several gunshots and discovered he had been struck. The suspects, 3 male, no further details, fled from the location. LAFD responded and transported the victim to a local hospital in an unknown condition. Location, 17500
this might be legit.
Jaden Lane, April 29, 2024, at 0225 hours. It was referred to as a home invasion, but the streets believe that it wasn't an ordinary invasion, but an ordered hit.
We're following breaking news. A security guard has been shot in Encino, and we now know the home has ties to the artist The Weeknd.
Yeah,
Scott Wright, live in Air 7 HD with details. Scott.
So that's why I guess it was believable that, after this occurred, Drake's spots got hit. So it's like, they might be connected. So that's why I was like, okay, it is possible. But maybe he saw this and got inspired. Drake got inspired.
Meet the Grams, he said, Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy.
Oh, girl, we know. We ain't getting into that again. Jesus Christ.
Freeze. Don't make it day freeze, because security guard had been hit in what was referred to as a drive-by shooting.
Police confirming a shooting occurred outside the home of Canadian rapper Drake in Toronto. This happening overnight in the wake of an escalating beef between Drake and hip-hop star Kendrick Lamar. This is the scene outside of Drake's home in the city's Bridle Path neighborhood, courtesy of our CTV News chopper. Police say a man sustained serious injuries after a shooting outside that home and was taken to hospital. Police also say a suspect fled in a vehicle, but no description has been released. So far, there's no word on whether Drake was at home at the time of the shooting, but we understand from police that he has offered to fully cooperate with them.
At first, fans were pointing fingers at Kendrick because he did make some threats when he was going back and forth at Drake while he was exposing some
why are you repeating yourself?
Drake's address. But as people pointed out, Drake's address had been public for a minute before he even started dissing Kendrick. But then things took a wild turn when Kanye West jumped into the chat, claiming that Drake had planned it out all along with his baby daddy Lucien Grange.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucien.
So all of his streams in the number ones is controlled by someone named Lucien.
Well, Lucien worked for people who control the banks in Africa, who keep,
oh my God.
Think about it.
Download.
According to the reports, Drake had allegedly planned it out with Lucien to take attention away from how Lucien was implicated in Diddy's federal case. But the moment Kendrick started throwing allegations of Drake being a creep, Lucien allegedly made Drake shut down the beef because it was drawing back attention to Lucien's case. Kanye even revealed this in his song Like That remix, where he said, it's a rap for ninjas. Where's Lucien for your master, ninja? You caught a little bag for your masters, didn't you?
She giving impressive vibes.
Drake allegedly stumbled on some information about how this drive-by was not a hit, but a diversion by Drake. Allegedly, Drake planned to use this shooting as a way to bow out of the beef with Kendrick without looking wet. I mean, who would expect him to keep dropping diss tracks when his house got shot up? According to a source, he allegedly didn't plan for the security guard to get hit, and things spiraled out of control. But fortunately, the security guard pulled through. Now, word on the streets is that the cops are still investigating and are deliberating about whether or not to bring charges against Drake for this. Yeah, it's giving Jussie Smollett, and it's messy, and it kind of explains this concerning post that Drake made on Instagram.
Maybe that when you die, will people notice? I hope there will be a lot of members of me, but a lot of people. Many pagan people so averse we should live baby. Brother Hospital's born.
It had people wondering about his mental health. I mean, this feud is very entertaining, but nobody really wants anyone to get hurt or hurt themselves. However, fans still call BS on this Drake shooting, and they been leaving comments saying, I call cap on this Drake property shooting. When you admit so matter-of-factly that you created fake stories as bait, which I think he lied about, how can I trust anything else you say? Kendrick doing numbers right now, and suddenly this? When was the last time there was a shooting in an upscale Toronto neighborhood? Drake setting up fake scenarios. And I really think Drake set the fake shooting just just to come out and say the rap beef isn't worth it to avoid having to respond. And does anyone else think that this was all set up to distract us from the Diddy story? We're still waiting on the Epstein's list. What do y'all think about this? Do y'all think Drake really out here faking shooting?
I don't put nothing past this man no more, okay? This definitely sounds plausible, okay? I would not be surprised. Like I said, this was my original thought, but when they connected it to the Weeknd's shooting at his house in LA, I was like, oh, maybe there's a connection. But I think that one was legit, but Drake saw it, got inspired, and was like, bet, we gonna set up this hit or whatever. Because, yeah, the fake Toronto security or whatever, that's very suspicious, and it's registered under Drake's name. Like, hello. Sus. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next time. Bye.